Hi, we all see Apple selling their iPhones for $1,000 plus, or MacBooks for $3,000 and MacPros for $5,000 to $6,000, and even a cleaning cloth for $19. But did you know one of the most important products that Apple creates and used to charge a significant amount of money is now completely free by the company? We're talking about macOS and its upgrades being free for life. How and why Apple is doing that? macOS as we know it today was released for the very first time on March 24, 2001 for a price of $129 with the code name Cheetah. Consecutively, Puma, Jaguar, Panther, Tiger, Leopard were all priced at $129. Can you see yourself paying $129 for a yearly software upgrade? Well, I personally don't think so. On August 28, 2009 was the first time when macOS Snow Leopard was released at the price of $29 for a single user license. It was made available for purchase from Apple website and retail stores as well. This was the first time Apple actually shaved off a $100 price from their operating system. macOS Lion and Mountain Lion followed the same price tag until 2013 when macOS Maverick was launched as a free upgrade to all users running Snow Leopard or latter with 64-bit Intel processors. And the rest is history until now, that all upgrades to macOS continues to remain free. And this is not only macOS. Back then, if you want other applications from Apple like Keynote, Pages, and the whole suite of iWork applications, it would cost you $79. And eventually, in 2013, Apple made all iWork applications free with a new purchase of Mac devices. So why is Apple giving away free upgrades and applications when they were already making $129 plus $79 via just softwares? Making software is tough, even sometimes tougher than hardware. There may be many thousands of engineers at Apple only working on macOS and upgrading these applications. So how does Apple justify making no money on software? Well, I think you know a simpler answer to this particular one. Apple puts the margin of that software as a part of their hardware sales today. So if you are buying a Mac as a part of the purchase, you are also paying in for the margin towards the software as well. But a case can be made that Apple, a company that charges $19 for a cleaning cloth, could have charged something for upgrades to the software and made more money. So why not? So let's understand these reasons, which are beyond the Mac operating software margin being built into the Mac hardware business. Reason number 1. Apple wants more people to buy Macs and bring them into the Apple ecosystem. You see, an iPad, an iPhone, or an Apple TV, etc. all work together better in sync with the Mac operating system. So if the macOS upgrades had a price tag to it, some of us may actually not upgrade to the latest software and wouldn't really care about many of these ecosystem-related functions that talk to iPhone and iPad. But now that I have these features in my Mac available to me for free, I will always keep wondering whether to buy an iPhone as my next phone or an iPad to make use of these features, eventually leading to more sales for Apple and a locked-in customer to their ecosystem. Second biggest reason at that time was to crush Microsoft Windows. You see, back in 2013, Microsoft was only a software company. They made close to no hardware at all or did not have any kind of those cloud services that they offer today. Windows 8 at the release in 2013 was priced at $129 and the Pro version was priced at $200. With the move of making Mac operating system free for life with any new Mac purchases, Apple aimed to pull customers towards buying Macs instead of investing in a Windows machine. As customers realized that they wouldn't have to pay for upgrades in software anymore, the decision of buying a Mac became easier. And Apple would make more money from selling hardware, while Microsoft had no hardware at all but just Windows software. This was one of the reasons why I landed up buying my very first Mac. Reason number 3. Income from developer sales. With Apple giving upgrades to operating system consistently and onboarding more customers on their latest software, it opens opportunities for developers to create apps using the latest APIs and services. Here's a way in which you can look at that. If my Mac is updated to the latest software, then I will be able to benefit more from using that developer software which has the latest APIs. In this way, developers make better apps, leading to more sales for developers, which means more App Store margins for Apple as well. Well, that's a great business plan, Apple. Reason number 4 could be to penetrate the enterprise market deeper. If you're an IT admin at a company and you had to upgrade 100 Mac operating systems, each costing $129, you would land up paying a significant amount of money. Same was the case with Microsoft Windows Machine and their upgrades as well. By making the commitment of operating system free forever, Apple pushed many businesses to fully adopt Mac operating system, making it easier to upgrade at absolutely no cost. So the IT person's job became easier, the process cost nothing on a yearly basis, hence admin would recommend more Macs to their management. By removing cost as a barrier to upgrading, Apple was able to empower more end users and more admins than any other ecosystem. Reason number 5. Discontinuing or adding support to applications and services. By discontinuing support to certain software or moving the customer ahead to another form of the same application became very easy. A good example will be iChat. iChat was the default chat option available on macOS, which was replaced by iMessage and FaceTime. These kind of upgrades will again go back to the first point itself, which is to make more people adopt iPhones and iPads. Knowing they have a blue bubble device available with them, they would prefer to invest in more such devices. And on the other hand, adding new services like iCloud, making it native to Keynote, Pages, Photos, etc., Apple will pursue the customers to invest more in iCloud pictures and document storage plans. So these are excellent strategies by Apple to keep the customer with them and to acquire more customers in the ecosystem as well. And it isn't that all of this is pure evil and customers do not benefit from this. I personally love the fact that powerful creative softwares like Keynote, Pages, iMovie, etc. are free forever. And as a user, I can depend on Apple for free upgrades for them forever, instead of paying Microsoft a yearly subscription fee for Office applications. And now with Apple's own custom-made chips for their hardware, the offering for MacBooks overall with Mac operating systems combined seems like a very sweet deal. Hence, you will find many creative professionals always relying on Mac. Let me know in the comments below if you think there are more reasons for macOS to be free for life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more discussions like this. And if you want to check out another reason on how these upgrades make MacBook really valuable for consumers, then check out this particular video. I will see you in the next one.